Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Now for today's video it is going to be my player ratings for the Tottenham versus Sheffield United game. So if you didn't see yesterday I did my live watch along. I do watch alongs now, so if you want to come and join me on my watch alongs then I'm going to be doing them for like the last 4 games of the season, and then I will start properly next season, so look out for that. Before I get into my player ratings, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and comment down below what your player ratings are and if you agree with mine, and if not then you know that's fine, you know, it's all good. But yeah, so without further ado I'm just going to get into my player ratings. I have them like all written down, so yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so we're going to start off with Hugo Lloris. I gave Hugo a 6. You know, he didn't really have much to do. He only had to save 1 shot, which he did comfortably. So, you know, there wasn't really much for him to do. But everything that came away, he dealt with. I think there was like a corner that he catched the ball, and then there was I think there was like a shot across the 6-yard box, which he collected as well. So it was fairly untested as well. Sheffield United didn't really provide much of a threat. There were a few times where they got like onto our goal, but the strikes that they did, they went wide, or like, you know, they weren't really much of a threat basically. So yeah, so Hugo Lloris with a 6. Moving on to Serge Aurier, I gave Serge Aurier a 9. You know, he grabbed 2 assists on the night. He was constantly up and down that right side, always a threat. Sheffield United couldn't handle his movement off the ball, on the ball, you know. He defended well exactly when he needed to. Also, like when he won the ball back, he was instantly, you know, running onto trying to get the ball forward. I think it's probably one of his best performances of the season. Yeah, so he was just like a constant threat the entire game, and I'm really happy with Serge Aurier. See, these are the kind of performance that we need like every game. We need these consistency. We need this performance to be consistent. So if he could put in this type of performance every game, you know, he could be like a #1 right back, which he probably is at the moment. If he cuts out like the mistakes and like just performs like this, then I'm sure he can stay at #1. Okay, so moving on to Toby. I gave Toby an 8. You know, he was able to snuff out most of Sheffield United's counter-attacks. His long passing was on point, and there was that ball that he hit to Son, which was given offside when Son scored, but he could have grabbed an assist there. It was an amazing ball to get to Son. He also, I think, created a chance for Danny in the first half, similar to the Man City game, even though we did lose 1-0, which, you know, we don't need to talk about it anymore. But yeah, he was pretty much solid. Everything that came away he dealt with. And moving on to Eric Dyer, I gave him a 7. He was rarely put under pressure by Sheffield United. There wasn't really much for him to do overall. Overall, he was solid at back, you know. Whatever he needed to do, he did. So it's just like a regular Eric Dyer performance. Nothing amazing in there, but it wasn't like he needed to do anything amazing because he wasn't really tested. So we're moving on to Reguilon. I gave Reguilon an 8. You know, he was always getting forward, always providing an outlet on the left-hand side, a bit like Aurier on the right-hand side. He was linking up well with the attacking players. However, there was just one tiny moment at the end, like near towards the end of the game. He had a shot which he missed, which would have made it 5-0. And if we're going to be honest, he should have scored that. He knows it. Probably the whole team knows it. Everyone knows that is a chance that he should have put away. But however, overall, he's regular self, as I would like to say. Okay, moving on to Højbjerg. I also gave him a 7. You know, he stopped most of Sheffield United's counter-attacks. He was solid in the midfield. Always kept the He always kept the ball moving forward whenever he got it. He was also heading. He also headed balls out from like corners. Pretty much solid Højbjerg, you know, regular standard performance. Wasn't at his like very best, I'd say, but good enough to, you know, beat Sheffield United. Oh, so let's move on to the next player. I don't know why I said it like that. So moving on to Lo Celso, I gave Lo Celso a 6. He was kind of frustrating at times, I found. You know, there was just some moments where he gave the ball away. The right ideas like going forward and, you know, tried his best. However, sometimes he lacked the execution in the final third. Yeah, so some attacks he just lacked the execution to, you know, make that strong impact to, you know, get a goal or get an assist. He had one shot that went over the crossbar. That attack was like amazing, like the one touch pass, you know, that's the kind of football I like to see. But I feel like we need to talk about what happened pretty much straight like 20 seconds into the second half, where he got fouled by Fleck. And we just need to talk about that because, you know, you would think when you see it, you would think red card, wouldn't you? You would just automatically assume that kind of challenge you would get a red card. But apparently not, because so if you didn't actually see it, which I'll be surprised if you didn't see it, Fleck basically stamps on his head. You'd think a challenge like that, you're gonna get a red. Like, I would think you would get a red card. However, it wasn't given as a red card, wasn't given as a yellow card, wasn't even given as a foul, even though it was checked by VAR. So I think it just goes to show that VAR is not the problem. Like, it's not VAR, you know. The system itself is not the problem, it's the people behind it. The officials behind it, using it, is the problem. Yeah, so you know, I don't understand how it's not a red. Some of the red cards that we've been seeing recently are ridiculous, but when it's like a stonewall red, you don't give it. It doesn't make sense. It's not like it had any lasting impact on the game. It didn't really affect the result, but that type of thing could impact a game. So, you know, if someone does a challenge like that, they should get a red card. And that's all I have to say. Okay, so we're going to move on to Delhi. I gave Delhi an 8. Before I start talking about Delhi, I feel like some people were like slating on him last night, which I don't really get, because he was like 100% committed, 100% involved, 100% trying everything that he can to, you know, be on the ball and everything. So I don't really get the Delhi slander. So if you could let me know why there was Delhi slander in the comments, then I would be very, because I just want to know your opinion, like what it was about Delhi that you didn't, what about Delhi's performance that you didn't like, and, you know. But I thought he was always creating problems for Sheffield United with his clever touches and his intelligent movement, especially when off the ball. Those runs he was making, they didn't know what to do with him. You know, he was constantly making those runs. He was determined to be involved. He did look rusty at times, I admit. Occasionally, he was on a different wavelength to some of the other players. But, you know, that's understandable considering due to his lack of game time that he's had. He hasn't really... This was his third start in the Premier League this season. So you can understand that him not being as linked up with the other players as... I thought he looked positive and provided good energy for the team. You know, with the runs and like the things he was trying to do within, you know, the ideas he had. So yes, so please let me know what the Delhi slander is about. Moving on to Bale, or should I say hat-trick king? Can we say that? I'm gonna say hat-trick king. Okay, 3 amazing finishes, which is just showing his ability and the fact that he's still world class. Okay, if anyone doubted Bale or, like, you know, said he was finished, just watch this performance and you'll see that, you know, he's world class still. You know, you don't lose that. So yeah, and I just thought he was a constant threat, always looking to get on the ball, you know, making runs for the team, 100% committed to the team. And I thought, which was quite interesting, because he wasn't known for like tracking back in like previous games that he's like played, but he actually, you know, tracked back to regaining possession. And I thought overall probably one of his best performances of the season. His goal return is insane. I think he's got more goals than Mane, which is saying a lot considering I'm pretty sure Mane's played more Premier League games than Bale has, and it's just insane. So yeah, so Bale gets a 10. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I think that pretty much sums it up. We just need to finish with hat-trick king. Son. I gave Son an 8. He grabbed a goal and assist on the night. He could have also had a second goal, but it was ruled out for offside. I feel like it's a really tight decision, really tight decision. And what a ball from Toby though. That was a great pass. He was always running and working hard for the team. I feel like it's a much improved performance compared to his Man City performance. And I know like Man City are like different kettle of fish to like Sheffield United, but you know, you can only beat who's in front of you, and I thought Son performed really well, so I'm happy with his performance. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the last of the starting 11, which was Kane. I gave Kane a 6. It was a really rare quiet night for Kane. It was a bit of off it, you know, he didn't have shooting boots on, but you know, he fluffed a few chances. I don't know if it was cleared off the line. I can't remember any other like chances he really had to score. However, his passing was on point, man. Did you see that ball to Bale? Like, I think it was in the first half. I think you know what pass I'm talking about. But if anything was off, it was not his passing. His passing was, you know, immaculate. You know, he was always looking to create chances for the team, fully committed as all the players were. You know, obviously he didn't have his shooting boots on, but he was also unlucky not to grab an assist after that Reguilon missed opportunity to score right at the end. Definitely, I feel like he would have got marked higher if he got that assist. I'm disappointed in Reguilon missing that chance, but you know, it is what it is. And Winks, I gave a 6. You know, he helped the team stay on the front foot. He was moving the ball forward quickly. There was a few misplaced passes, but overall a decent cameo, I'd say. Bergwijn, a 7. He grabbed an assist for Son's wonder strike. He provided good energy for the team to see out the game. Hopefully this is a confident boost for the rest of the season, even though there's only 4 games left. But I'm secretly hoping that he gets a goal before the season is over. And just Lamella, I gave him a 6. You know, made a late cameo, wasn't really involved. The game was pretty much done by the time he came on. And he just, you know, helped the team see out the game. I feel like with Son, we didn't really talk about his goal. So I'm just going to go quickly back to Son quickly. I'm pretty sure he didn't even look at the goal when he shot that. So that is impressive. A bit like Ndombele against Sheffield United the first time, you know, the 3-1. But yeah, Son's goal, man. Did you see his smile after he scored? So cute. Sorry. Okay, and then we're just going to talk about Ryan Mason. I'm going to give Ryan Mason a 9. You know, the starting 11 proved to be correct. I know some people were unsure about the starting 11, especially with like Dele Alli starting. But I think it proved because the whole team was, you know, pressing and attacking from minute 1 to the end of the game. You know, he showed faith in Dele to give him that start. And from what he was saying from his interview, that he's worked his way into the team, which I think is good, you know. He's working hard in training, which compared to like what Mourinho was saying about him like in that documentary, how he's like lazy in training, I think that's a step in the right direction, him working his way into the team from training. But yeah, the subs were made at the right time as well. And I feel like Mason managed the game really well as well. The subs made like the right impact, you know, mostly just seeing at the game. But I'm happy for Bergwijn with his assist. However, in terms of Ndombele, it's a bit confusing as to why he hasn't played any minutes in the last 2 games. I'm hoping there's nothing to it, and it's just other players are getting like chances and like maybe they're training in a bit harder than on Ndombele. I don't want to say like he's being like lazy or if he's not trying, but maybe. I mean, I don't think there is anything to him not like playing. So there we have it, guys. Those are my player ratings. Be sure to let me know in the comments below what your player ratings are, and if you agree with mine or if you disagree and you want to let me know, then just comment it below and I'll be sure to react to it, and you know, we can have a little discussion in the comments if you want to, you know. But yeah, I think my next video will be either like a preview to Leeds game, or it might be like the predicted lineup. I'm not entirely sure. I will be doing a live watch along to the Leeds game, so be sure to be on my channel next. When is it? Is it Saturday? The 8th. Yeah, I think it's Saturday we play next. So look out for my channel for that. But yeah, I really do hope you enjoyed this player ratings. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to see more football related content or more Spurs content, which is more what Bacon's doing. Also, I'm thinking of doing like, I don't know, once the season's over, I don't know what football content I'm going to be like creating. So if you do have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. And if you want like transfer news, I can do like transfer news, because from the start of like this season, I've been interested. Like, I've always been looking at like what transfers are, what players have been linked and stuff. So if you do want to see like transfer news, I can do that as well. But yeah, I've been rambling for way too long, so I'm gonna leave it here, and I will see you guys with a predicted lineup or a preview for the Leeds game sometime this week. So look out for that, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.